The number one reason the gap between the rich and working class keeps growing is because of this. In this video, we'll compare the spending habits of the rich and the working class to see what makes the rich richer and keeps the working class working. Let's consider two players in this game of wealth building, the rich and the working class. Their approaches to spending money are often greatly different, and these differences can have a profound impact on their financial futures. Let's start with the rich. They have the ability to live below their means. You'd be surprised to learn that the rich don't always drive the flashiest cars or live in the biggest mansions. Instead, they're more likely to buy simpler things that suit their needs, not their wants. They also invest their money in assets. What's an asset? It's something that puts money into their pockets, like real estate, stocks, or a business. These investments can generate passive income, meaning they earn money even when they're not actively working. Over time, these assets grow, multiplying their wealth. On the flip side, we have the working class. Many in this group find themselves living paycheck to paycheck, just getting by. Their spending habits often involve buying liabilities. Liabilities are the things that take money out of their pockets. Think big car loans, high credit card balances, or a mortgage on a house that's a bit beyond what they can comfortably afford. They also have a bad habit of buying unnecessary wants. These liabilities don't generate income. Instead, they create ongoing expenses that can make it harder to save or invest. Does this example sound familiar to your situation? If so, it's time to change your relationship with money. Now, it's important to note that not all rich people live frugally and not all working class individuals are buried in debt, but these are common patterns that can increase the wealth gap. And here's the truth. It's not about how much money you make, it's about how you manage it. A high income can disappear quickly with poor spending habits, while a modest income can grow over time with smart investments. So, why does this all matter? Because understanding these spending habits is the first step to changing your own financial situation. Now let's dive deeper into how the rich spend their money on assets before we get into how you can change your spending habits. Consider real estate, a classic example of an asset. Wealthy individuals often invest in properties not just for their own use, but to rent them out. This rental property becomes a steady stream of income flowing into their bank accounts. Over time, the property may also appreciate in value, further increasing their wealth, being able to sell it later down the line. Another advantage of investing in real estate is the ability to create value through renovations and improvements. By enhancing a property's condition, you can increase its market value and potentially generate higher rental income or sell it at a premium price. Real estate also offers diversification. By including real estate in your investment portfolio, you can reduce risk and protect yourself from market fluctuations. Real estate values are generally independent of stock market performance, providing a hedge against economic downturns. It's like planting a tree and reaping the fruits year after year. Next, we have stocks. Purchasing shares in a company means buying a piece of that company's future earnings. As the company grows and profits, so does the value of your shares. Rich investors often have a time horizon of several years or even decades. They recognize that the stock market can be volatile in the short term, but historically, it tends to provide solid returns in the long run. This patent approach allows them to benefit from the compounding effect, where their investments grow exponentially over time. Then you have dividend stocks. Many companies distribute a portion of their profits to shareholders in the form of dividends. By investing in dividend-paying stocks, you can earn regular income on top of potential capital appreciation. Over the long term, stocks have proven to be a lucrative investment for those who understand the game. Many of the rich actively put money into stocks every month or even every week. Then there are businesses. Starting or investing in a business can be a powerful wealth generator. Many of the world's richest individuals, from Elon Musk to Oprah Winfrey, built their fortunes through businesses. There are various ways to invest in your own business. You can use your personal savings, seek funding from investors who believe in your idea, or even consider taking out a small business loan. Each option has its pros and cons, so it's important to weigh them carefully with your risk tolerance and financial situation. Investing in a business can be tricky at first, but this is because a business can have the best return on your investment in a shorter time frame. All this means is when you invest in a business, the potential earnings that you can profit from that business in a shorter span of time are far greater than any other investment. These assets, real estate, stocks, and businesses are like seeds sown by the rich. Over time, these seeds grow and sprout into towering trees of wealth. They generate income, often passively, allowing the rich to further invest and compound their wealth. It's a cycle of growth, a snowball effect that keeps rolling and growing bigger. Investing in assets, not liabilities, is a key strategy used by the rich to maintain and increase their wealth. You see, it's not just about how much you earn, but how you utilize your earnings that truly matters. So the question is, are you ready to start planting your seeds of wealth? In contrast, the working class often spends their hard-earned money on liabilities. Let's delve into some real-life examples to illustrate this point. Then I will tell you how you can change your spending habits. Imagine this. John, a hardworking individual, receives his paycheck at the end of the month. Excited, he decides to treat himself to a brand new luxury car. Now, a car is a fantastic convenience, but financially speaking, it's a liability. The moment John drives it off the lot, it begins to depreciate in value. Every year it's worth less and less, and the costs associated with maintenance, insurance, and fuel can really add up. But the car isn't generating any income for John. Instead, it's draining his resources. This is probably a similar situation you are currently in, or at least know someone that is. Then there's the case of online subscriptions along with monthly Wi-Fi and phone payments. We all need the phones, and Netflix, and Hulu, the fastest Wi-Fi, the newest laptop, the biggest flat-screen TV. But these items are liabilities too. They depreciate in value, they don't generate income, and they often lead to further spending on subscriptions, upgrades, and repairs. You can see the common thread here is that these items, cars, clothes, gadgets, are all liabilities. They might bring joy, convenience, or status, but from a purely financial perspective, they're not helping John or Jane build wealth. Instead, they're contributing to a cycle of spending, where money flows out, but it doesn't flow back in. So, how can a working class individual change their spending habits and increase their income? Well, one of the first steps is to start living below your means. This might sound daunting, but it doesn't mean you have to live a life free of joy or comfort. It's about making smart choices and prioritizing your spending. Consider creating a budget that outlines your income and expenses. This can help you identify areas where you may be overspending, such as dining out or subscriptions you no longer use. Cutting these unnecessary expenses can free up more money for investing. Remember, every dollar saved is a dollar that can be used to generate more wealth. Even small changes like brewing your own coffee instead of buying one every day can add up over time. But living below your means is just one part of the equation. The next step is to start investing in assets. This might sound like something that's only accessible to the rich, but that's not the case. There are plenty of investment opportunities available, even if you only have a small amount of money to start with. There is no minimum requirement to start investing. Just know, the sooner you start, the more your money can grow. Take the story of Grace Groner, for example. She was a secretary who lived frugally and invested in her employer's stock. Over several decades, her investments grew to a staggering $7 million. Or consider Ronald Read, a janitor and gas station attendant who amassed an $8 million fortune by consistently investing in blue-chip stocks. These stories illustrate that you don't need to be rich to start investing. What you need is a disciplined approach, a long-term perspective, and a commitment to living below your means. By investing in assets, you can create a stream of passive income that grows over time. This can help you achieve financial independence and give you the freedom to live life on your own terms. By changing your spending habits and investing in assets, you can start to build wealth and break free from financial struggle. Remember, the journey to financial independence isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's about making consistent, smart financial choices over time. Start today, and you'll be amazed at how far you can go.